There we go. Welcome to round five of the Star Realms Dodgeball League. We're not doing obviously a an unboxing this round because we did that at the beginning of the show, which was it's a double banger episode this time round. So we'll skip. You missed out if you didn't see round four. Go see round four to see Al get like three quarters of the way through an unboxing of Star Wars, maybe half.
I
But
know. I was starting to run out of things to talk about. You got to warn me if you're going to let me go that long.
but yeah, no, that was fun. I one day we really absolutely should do an unboxing. But until that time, this will suffice. Um, we've also gone through all of our like non-game related tea, so we don't have any tea specific to round five apart from that which is nestled in the game. So I'll go through that as we get to it. So in case you missed it, because it was literally just a moment ago, as we go into round five, we've got a Nightmare on Realm Street in mid, Thromar sitting pretty at the top. Bulls Have Eyes on 3-1. Everyone else apart from Invasion of the Dodgy Catchers on 1-3. Unless you're called a Girl Who Dodge Balls Alone at Night or Hannibal's, in which case you're still searching for your first win. But maybe, just maybe, round five will be the one where the top the top lose and the bottom win. Who knows? Um, let's get into it though, because we're going to go straight into court one. It's the Bulls Have Eyes again, this time up against Blobberduke. Now, Al, this game is an interesting one, if purely because it pitches a household against each other. It's
Oh, we love that.
it's Sir Thestral versus October, husband and wife, and yeah, that's always a good fun time. Um, Tyraziel gets in on the paper jam mockery of PC Load Letter, and then PC Load Letter mocks Tyraziel for not throwing his ball, uh, which which did tickle me. Um, it's Thestral deciding that maybe he likes divorce. So spoiler alert, he won his race ball. He threw at his partner immediately. So not making a good case for longevity of relationship there. Morfada, though, protecting their captain by maybe slapping Sir Thestral about a little bit. Straight to the defense of October. We like to see that. And the commissioner ended the game with a dad joke, Al. I'm keen to see how you felt about that when we get there. But Commissioner Cranky coming, forgetting that he's not on a team of all white male dads again, and the donuts are gone, but the dad jokes remain. So always good to see that kicking around. Um, but it's Blobberduke versus the Bulls Have Eyes. Starts off Tyraziel, as mentioned, and Morfada, which you could have intuited from that brief look at the game ahead of time. Both start with race balls for Blobberduke, but it's Corey Bear 88, PC Load Letter, Sir Thestral, Tuna Slap, and Starmark all coming out with their race balls. And Cranky Day, the commissioner, I know he was best value last round, Al, but Starmark possibly tanking his value this round, immediately eliminated as Commissioner Cranky catches his ball. Morfada striking fast, striking hard though, taking out Agent Sato, and perhaps giving Ian time to ponder the wisdom of his chicanery with his alma mater. Sethestral can't take out October on that throw that we mentioned, but Cranky Day does eliminate Slavic. Corey Bear takes out Mkolo, and I didn't see any memes in this particular chat, Al, but I would have expected them. But Corey Bear's a pretty nice dude, so maybe Emily thought better about it. I don't know. Penguin dodging Sir Thestral's throw. Corey Bear missing Commissioner Cranky. Morfada, though, as we said, defended their captain's honor and does in fact get their man because Sir Thestral is eliminated, not able to continue his very good form from the previous round, taken straight out of the game by Morfada and hit to the bench. Then Morfada catches Tuna Slap, eliminating him. Tyraziel dodging the paper jam from Load Letter, who the aforementioned jammer catches Tyraziel. So not only mocking him for not throwing the ball, but when he does throw the ball, catching it. Love to see it. Um, and then eliminates Tyraziel. Let's find my place again here. Oh no, sorry, he didn't eliminate Tyraziel. He kept him there for farming purposes. He brought back Starmark. Penguin dodging the throw from Corey Bear 88. Starmark dodging the throw from Penguin Army. Corey Bear, though, double catch as he catches both Morfada, who was on an absolute rampage, and Commissioner Cranky. Leaves Morfada on the field reviving Agent Sato, but Commissioner Cranky has to hit the showers early. Um, Not allowed to survive there from Corey. October dodging Starmark's attentions. Agent Sato dodging October's attentions. Corey Bear, though, striking again, eliminating Morfada. Clearly, maybe had the throw out against them when they caught the ball and felt that that was a winnable game. So Morfada forced to hit the bench as well. Starmark dodges Morfada zombie ball. Penguin Army catches Sato and revives Mkolo, coming back for maybe some revenge. Corey Bear eliminates October. Penguin Army eliminates Sato. PC Load Letter eliminates Tyraziel. Corey Bear eliminates Kincaid. PC Load Letter eliminates Nkolo. Penguin Army eliminates Starmark. And Mkolo eliminates PC Load Letter before Penguin Army eliminates Corey Bear. Corey Bear eliminates Penguin Army. Corey Bear misses Penguin Army. And Penguin Army catches Cranky Day and, sorry, Corey Bear twice. I guess these must have been zombie balls. 4 of them out at once. Revives Cranky and Morfada to end the game. But my goodness, Al, that game ended in an absolute flurry of activity.
Yeah.
1, 2. Well, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 killing balls in the last 13.
Buh.
Absolute pandemonium. Whew. And that game was done. So, how do we feel that one sits in terms of our MVP?
Ooh. I think I have to give it to Penguin Army on that one.
Yeah, me too.
Penguin had 3 hits and 3 catches.
Oh, that's almost a whole team on their own.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's what? That's like, that could count for 6 eliminations right there. That's all he needs is one more, and that's a whole team.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's a solid performance, and I think maybe Penguin smarting from the last round where they didn't really have the best of kind of goes, but goodness me, did he make up for it this time round? Dan having an absolute peach of a game there. But we're going to go to court 2, and it's Rockahori Picture Throw against Mid Thromar. So Al back in action.
Yay! Another undefeated team we got to play
Another
against.
undefeated team. So surely this time we can make the difference, can't we? Notes I have from this one. Jael clearly cheating as he wins the race ball before Al even takes a turn. Is what it looked like. Jael also confessing his love of balls, which I found very interesting. He continued to not be able to get enough of balls and took clever misses. And there may or may not be a race off involved in this one. So let's get down to that.
Let's find out.
Let's find out. So we've got a fairly one-sided affair on the race wins. We've got Rip and Clever Missy winning their race balls. But it's Lex Neville, Jar L, BP, BJP, Runs Funny, and Guianos, the Cat Man, Cometh, who will get their race balls. Dion Lunsford dodges Jar L's throw and takes out CJK Flyer with that very same bull 6. A good way to start for Dion, getting rid of the boogeyman on his back from Dark Lighter in the previous round. Darth Kronos dodges Lex Neville's ball before Clever Missy catches and eliminates BPB, having another shocker at the beginning there, Ben. Not his favorite, but Clever Missy can't follow that up with a hit on Alvarez. She misses him. Jar L dodges Rip's throw. Dion Lunsford can't take JP. Runs Funny, but kudos for trying to take him out of the game this early. Always like to see that. Darth Kronos dodges Jar L. Lex Neville catches Darth Kronos' ball, revising CJK Flyer. Cisco Alvarez first dodges Clever Missy, then takes out Lex Neville, who is being asked to take a pew. Darth Kronos, yes. Clever Missy then eliminates Cisco Alvarez. Jar-El, though, eliminates Darth Chronos, Clever Missy, and dodges Clever Missy's Zombie Ball to really swing this game back. Dion Lunsford dodging Cisco Alvarez, JP dodging Dion, CJK dodging you. As you venture forth with your first ball of the game, Baggio dodges, JP runs funny. You avoid Jar-El's ball, but he does recover that. Then Markbot uh, stands up and catches the Catman's ball. Lucky number 7 not being so lucky for Guianos, reviving Darth Chronos. CJK misses Baggio. Rip dodges Jar-El, but then eliminates him on the second attempt. Darth Chronos dodging Jar-El's zombie ball and Dion Lunsford dodging CJK's ball. Excuse me, Guianos dodging the throw from Baggio 10 before Rip eliminates CJK. Dion Lunsford misses JP. JP catches Dion Lunsford at that second attempt, reviving BPB, who, having been out early, is now back in the game. Guianos takes out Darth Chronos. Guianos then dodges Rip's ball before Dion Lunsford eliminates JP. Runs funny going after JP again and finally getting him. Rip dodging Guianos' ball, but Guianos then eliminating Dion Lunsford as he switches targets. BPB catches Darth Chronos, reviving Lex Neville. A lot of revives going on in this game, and the pulse of the game really flinging back and forth out. Guianos then misses Rip, but Rip misses Lex Neville. Guianos dodges the throw from Dion before Lex Neville eliminates Rip, and Rip eliminates Lex Neville. And we love to see that, just two people throwing at each other and both taking each other clean out as they knock each other unconscious. Fantastic. Markbot dodges Guianos and JP runs funny. BPB eliminates you, SilentAl. And then we've got, again, another game with a really brutal ending. We've got Lex Neville takes out Baggio 10. Your zombie ball eliminates BPB. Markbot dodges BPB's zombie ball and then eliminates Guianos, whilst Guianos' zombie ball eliminates Markbot 3000. And Markbot 3000 dodges the throw from Guianos, but it's too late. It's a race off.
Yeah.
So then we've got Dion Lunsford against Guianos, Rip against CJK Flyer, Markbot 3000 facing up to BPB, Al against Cisco Alvarez, Jar-El against Darth Chronos, JP against Baggio, and Lex Neville against Clever Missy as the races commence. Dion wins. Well, let's start at actually ball 1. BPB wins the race for ball 1 over Markbot 3000. Ball 2, Cisco Alvarez wins over yourself. We've then got CJK winning the ball for race 3. Race 4 was Dion over Guianos. And then by this time, I think it's academic because 5, 6, and 7, Jar-El wins, Baggio wins, and Lex Neville wins. But it's a bit of a hammering on that front, isn't it, Al?
Yeah.
In the race off, but still super close game. And no breaker points for Mid-Thromar there, interestingly, because of course they didn't have anyone alive at the end of the race. At the game. So
right.
Seven breaker points to Rocky Horror Picture Throw for eliminating all of their opponents, but losing the game, and then Mid-Thromar get no breaker points for winning the game but having no one alive. But that was, what was it like going into that race? Because that game must have been crazy, Al. There was so much like flux in how each side was going.
Yeah, it was, especially at the end, it just felt like the momentum kept shifting.
Yeah.
Like at first we were feeling pretty good, then we were worried, and then it sort of made a comeback, and it was just back and forth. It was craziness.
Yeah, no kidding. And always tough to lose a race off, but it means it was a good close game as well. So, and Giles suggesting that the rookies were the ones who were integral to kind of pulling them back into that match there. So Lex Neville and BPB, I believe, are getting the plaudits from their captain in chat. So congratulations to them.
Right.
But what about that MVP, Al?
Well, if it were up to Cranky, he would have given the MVP to Markbot.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but Markbot was on your team.
Yes.
Who did not win.
I mean, and all credit to Markbot. I mean, he did have a hit and a catch, and was nearly the last man standing on our team before the end. But I'm going to give it to a player on the winning team. And we're going to go with one of the rookies that Jael mentioned, and that is Lex Neville.
Yeah.
He got 2 hits and a catch. And
Nice.
this is the most important, he won both of his races. So the first one and the
Oh,
last one.
nice. Yeah, that makes yeah. Yeah, that's clutch.
So yeah.
Absolutely clutch. So congrats, Lex Neville. And congrats to Mithromar staying undefeated at the top of that table. That'll be 5 wins for them. Brutal. But we're going to move on to court 3, Al, and that is Invasion of the Dodgy Catchers versus a girl
Hmm.
who dodgeballs alone at night. Um, let's look at my notes for this one. We've got oh, well, we began the game by Fire Driller bemoaning the speed of his race ball before realizing that he'd thrown it at Dankaran and not in fact thrown it at Dakaran. It's an age-old dodgeball joke. It never gets old. But there is a Dankaran username, and if you misspell Dakaran, it's fairly easy to do because the N and the K are kind of in the similar place. So
Yep.
Dankaran rides again. Um, but regardless of that, um, Dakaran does actually, in fact, get that race ball when it finally got thrown at him. Uh,
Mhm.
the race ball finally got issued to him. But now there were protestations in chat, but it struck me when Poop Deck came into chat and said, "This is what Dakaran threw at me." The format was WC, and I was like, it felt to me like Dakaran was throwing WC at Poop Deck because she's a poop and he's a water closet.
And WC is a water closet.
Yeah, I like he
Yeah.
says it's pure happenstance because that's just a format he's comfortable. I call shenanigans.
Mhm.
I think that's exactly what he was doing. He was trying to
Yeah.
entrap Poop Deck in a water closet. Um, now, not to not to bag on my teammate too much, but we do have let's just stop interacting with this one. Let's bring this up and let's bring up what happens here. Chasmo getting a little bit creative here as well. He's moving to the country, Al. He's going to eat a lot of donuts. He's moving to the country, gonna eat a lot of donuts. Donuts come with pizzazz. They were put there by a Chaz in a factory downtown, and if he had his little way, he'd eat donuts every day or soak in hits with some shade. Uh, Osmosis Brent usually the one, Al, who makes the songs around here. Chasmo
Mhm.
again. I feel this is like one of those old donut on donut action links. That's a team that really bonded and have taken that on into later seasons, and then here we see millions of donuts for free.
I also appreciate the fact that he spelled Brent's name with a donut instead of an O.
With a donut as the O. Yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely fantastic. And then obviously, cat's out the bag. There, you can see that the warm glaze format donut being used to try and unlock Jasmo's weakness by one of the opposition, whilst rabid chickens are being thrown around by Starrick. So that's again just some fun from the chat. Really enjoy seeing all that stuff. So gonna try and do my best to not only bring that up, but also actually showcase when people do fun and funky stuff like that. It's really fun to show
Mhm.
that off. So yeah, that was funny seeing Chasmo go in for that and some of the other bits that we've seen. But we're racing. It's 4 balls to 3 in favor of the invasion of the dodgy catchers when finally Dakaran receives his race ball game. Fire Driller begins by dodging Starrick's ball before Lux 16 eliminates Flydar. So beaten to the first result of the game though. Lux again getting in there really quickly off the bat after his race, wins his race ball because you can't throw a ball if you haven't got one. Wins his race ball and then finds and eliminates Flydar with only the second ball of the game. So a bit rude, but at the same time, props for throwing quickly. Like that's good stuff. Chasmo
Yeah.
though, as we saw, then throws out and eliminates Brent. So not only did Brent not win his race ball, because I was sitting there going, does Brent not like us? We didn't get a song, but then I realized that he didn't win his race ball and he got immediately eliminated. So that kind of
Mhm. He didn't have time.
I think his rules are like he writes songs and lyrics when he wins his race and when he throws at people or when he knocks people out. But yeah, nothing from Brent this round, which kind of made me sad. But you know, he's made up for it since. So round six definitely has some Brent lyrics in. Lux then misses Chasmo, and that was the warm glaze format that we were looking at. So if Chasmo was a Pokemon, he's definitely not weak to donuts. So it's not one of those Pokemon types where you're weak to your own type. So maybe we'll find out what that weakness is as we go along. But Sturrock dodging Fire Driller's throw. I miss Wheels because I said that I would try and get rid of him early because I don't know, I had a break of common sense. Super Grandma, though, catches VQ and revives Flydar to put paid to Lux 16's early work. Wheels dodges another throw from me before Chasmo eliminates Sarah T. Dakaran dodges Viselis. Sturrock eliminates Fire Driller before missing Viselis, and Flydar dodges Wheels' throw. Chasmo missing Wheels with his attempt. VQ then dodging Flydar. Poop Deck dodges the throw from Dakaran, the aforementioned water closet, before Dakaran eliminates me and sends me to sit on my own with all my friends. Poop Deck misses VQ. VQ misses Poop Deck. Sturrock eliminates Viselis before VQ eliminates Poop Deck. VQ dodging the zombie ball from Poop Deck. Chasmo eliminating Wheels. Really good result, that one. Wheels, dangerous player. Um, and I've lost my place. There we go. Wheels eliminates Super Grandma with his zombie ball. Chasmo dodging VQ, but VQ catching Chasmo's throw, eliminating him. And then we've got Dakaran dodging Chasmo. Chasmo eliminating Stark with the zombie ball, but catching Fire Driller and reviving Wheels. No, catching Wheels and reviving Fire Driller. He's a teammate. I shouldn't forget that. VQ dodges Flydar before Dakaran eliminates Flydar. VQ eliminates Fire Driller, and Fire Driller eliminates Dakaran, but it's too little too late. And the invasion of the dodgy catchers have won that game in quite fine form. I think there's another close one, actually. So just looking at this, I think that's, again, a victory by one. So those girls who walk home alone at night just keep missing out, choking at the last minute. Al not able to finish off the game in front of them. So
yeah,
sad times.
Mm-hmm.
Wah, wah. But we've got an MVP of this one.
Yes. Should I tell you Cranky's MVP or should I tell you the real MVP?
I want to hear Cranky's MVP for sure. We
Cranky's
need to
MVP
milk this as much as possible.
was Chasmo.
Okay, yeah.
Which, to be fair, Chasmo had like 5 hits and a catch, which is absolutely ridiculous.
That's a great performance.
Unfortunately, I think he needed maybe one more catch to win
to actually win the match. Yeah. That's fair.
So instead, it is going to VQ on the other team.
Okay, yeah.
The winning. She had 2 hits. She had a catch. She won 8 out of 11 games for a 73% win percentage.
That's a really good performance. Yeah.
So congrats to VQ.
Absolutely, well deserved. And congrats to Invasion of the Dodgy Catchers. We couldn't do it, but they did a great job in that game. And if this is I can't remember where I've put it. It might be in one of the later games, but this round I saw a lot of really, I don't know if you noticed it, Al, from the threads, but there was some fantastic sportsmanship in a couple of areas where
yes,
I think someone kind of forgot they had a ball or whatever, and I think Hannibal's team again was another one. And people are just like, you know what, nothing's happened, just get the ball out. Like, we're here to play.
Yeah.
We're here to play dodgeball. Let's play dodgeball.
Yeah, we've had a few instances I've noticed in the captain's chat too, where someone is like, hey, we noticed you got hit, you have a ball, did you want to throw that?
Yeah.
Or we had one instance just recently where a player caught a ball and posted that they were eliminating because the sheet automatically does that. unless
Mm,
you specify a revival.
that's right.
And the captain was like, "Hey, we didn't actually talk about this. The sheet just sort of did it. Do you mind if we take a beat to talk and redo?" And the other captain was like, "Yeah, sure." It's been really nice. All the captains have been really good sports.
Yeah.
Letting people sort of figure things out. And we haven't really had any, I don't think, races to the sheet to, try and get somebody before they can get a
Yeah,
throw
no,
off.
absolutely. So I just want to applaud all the captains for that. It's really
Yeah.
nice to see, and it just helps create a really fun atmosphere. So absolutely cracking. Love seeing that. So I just wanted to mention that because it was noticeable this round. I think there were a couple of instances in the threads that I noticed. So so yeah, well done everyone. I keep being fantastic people. But court four,
Court four.
Stramborka's Catchler and the Catch Assist. So this is another two kind of mid-table teams throwing it down. Let's see what notes I've got for this one. Ah, yes, coffins and bats being thrown around from the get-go. So again, just again continuing Stramborka's Catchler continuing to be a team that plays on message and throws very thematic balls. Love to see that. Um, there was also there was also a vomit-soaked ball catch.
Yeah.
And I think it was, if I remember rightly, it was Binks. So not only was Binks not the offender of throwing a catch, he caught the ball with a huge differential, like it's 141 differential. It was a huge catch, but he also caught the vomit-soaked catch from the catch. I just loved it. I loved seeing it. It was fantastic. So yeah, that whole game, this whole game was very much a game of theme, and I loved seeing it. But let's get into the game. We've got race wins for Bork and Beans, Yarboa, and Wet Yeti. And then Patriarch 215 back from whatever jollies he was on. Roland Parr, Juan Carlos, and Drew the Rat all winning the race balls for them. We've got a couple of misses out the gates as Wet Yeti misses Patriarch with his first coffin of the game, and Yarboa can't land the bat on Drew the Rat. But then Darth Binkley, the aforementioned 141 differential vomit ball soaked catch, takes out Patriarch 215, and Wet Yeti eliminates. So this was that double tap where uh, Patriarch threw at Binkley, and Wet Yeti had thrown at Patriarch, and he got eliminated from both of those balls because there was literally nothing else to do with the catch. So Patriarch ignominiously double tapped there at the beginning of the match.
Hmm.
Acox can't get hit by Drew the Rat though, as Binkley misses Jonna Ann at the first attempt, but then gets her at the second attempt. Roland Parr takes out Acox 89. Juan Carlos can't bag the Yeti, obviously hiding out in his coffin too well. Imam dodges the throw from Bork and Beans before Roland Parr eliminates Binkley. Imam dodges Acox and Bork and Beans dodges Juan Carlos but retrieves the ball. Then Juan Carlos dodges Bork and Beans and retrieves the ball before Bork and Beans catches and eliminates Juan Carlos. Obviously, he wasn't practicing his yogic flying in this game. Al didn't help him. He got Bork batted. Wet Yeti misses Juan Carlos. Darth Binkley eliminates Roland Parr, though. That must have been a zombie ball shortly before he hit the dust. Drew the Rat dodges Yarboa. Jace Ascended dodges Roland Parr. First time we've heard from him this game. Misses Drew the Rat before Seabus Ripper pops up and eliminates Imam 69. Although I think that ball was thrown quite early, tied up for a while. So Seabus sideline. Ninji catches and eliminates Bork and Beans, though, as Seabus misses Ninji once he's got that ball back. Yarboa catches Drew the Rat, eliminating him. Ninji dodging Seabus again. Imam eliminating Seabus, though, as she hunts down Cartman. Imam missing Wet Yeti. Yarboa dodging Ninji. Ninji missing Wet Yeti before Wet Yeti eliminates Ninji. Ninji eliminates Jace Ascended, but can't get Yarboa and Wet Yeti with his final balls. And that game is over. Um, good solid win there for the Borks, for Count Borkula, Stramborkus Catchula.
Yeah.
Who's the MVP though, Al?
I don't know because my mouse just stopped working.
Oh, that's fine. If
So let me see. If I remember correctly,
I was going to say, I can give
because
you a
I'm
clue if you need it.
on
It's
the
all good.
wrong tab,
I got
but
you.
I'm pretty sure it was Darth Binkley.
It was Darth Brinkley. Yes, that's right. Yeah.
All right. Because and this is the amazing part is on a in a match that had both Juan and Bork, who have won MVPs multiple
So many
times this
times.
season. Darth Binkley, who we love to tease with his predilection for catching or being caught,
Or being caught. Yeah.
gets the MVP in that match and actually throws no catches, but I believe he caught a ball himself.
He did. He got 2 hits and 1 catch. Um,
All right.
yeah.
Why? Oh, God, stupid wireless mouse. I think it ran out of battery. So I'm going to try and charge it while you go to the next match.
while I pad as much as I possibly can. Okay. So
Yeah.
congratulations to Binkley. Yeah, we do like to tease Jonathan a little bit about throwing catches, but it's all in good sport. He's a lovely fella, and hopefully he takes it in the spirit in which it's intended. But congrats to Stramborka's Catchler again. Good win for them, and I think that just puts them just a cut above the catch assist in the table. We'll find out in a bit, but as we move to Court 5, it's a nightmare on Round Street, an undefeated team against Hannibal's, a team without a win. So,
Yeah.
my notes for this match, Al, as you rightly pointed out as we were chit-chatting before the show, are blank. Not because I got bored or ran out of time, but simply because there wasn't really anything juicy of note to bring out there. So it was a fairly workmanlike performance. Although if I remember from this is not the right one. If I remember from that, it was a fairly long game. Um, so I think there was lots of opportunity for some smack, but I think people were so focused on trying to win that game for obvious reasons, like Polites' team trying to keep the pressure up on the top of the table, and Vori's team,
Yeah.
as we are, at this point, they were searching for their first win, and maybe looking to consign us to the bottom of the table for a little bit longer as well. But the game begins again fairly close. We've got Sabella, Darklighter, DG3, and Alderin all winning balls for Nightmare on Realm Street as Serafina, Tatiana, and Lady Stacy 7, one of your favorites and mine, take the race ball for Hannibal's. Game starts off with Riska dodging Sabella and Bahamut dodging Darklighter's attentions before Riska catches and eliminates Alderin with his first action of the game.
Oh,
Always,
before we get too far in,
yeah,
um, we should point out Lady Stacy is a permanent replacement for, I believe, Simply Steph.
right. Okay, so Lady Stacy will be this round and every subsequent round.
I believe so. Yes.
Okay, yeah,
Steph just didn't have enough time. She had other stuff going on, and so Lady Stacy very graciously chose to come in and play, and we just want to thank her for that.
yeah, absolutely.
Also, because everyone's real worried about it, my mouse is working again.
Okay,
So
good.
yay!
I was going to say, Guiana Simon was just saying that we teased this one out a long time before pulling out the trademark technical difficulties, making it
Yeah.
into the second hour of the stream before we managed to before we managed to get there. In fact, it's been a whole English football match of time before we managed to get to technical difficulties, which I'm sure must be a new record for this show.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we never disappoint. It's always there. So
Always gotta have stuff.
where did we go? Oh, we left it at risk of catching Alderin. Did I mention that already, Al? Um, so
That was the last thing you mentioned.
was risk of catching Alderin.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So that's where we're at. Riska caught Alderin, and then Polites dodged Bahamut 619's throw before eliminating Riska. Unfair punishment, I feel, for a job really well done by Riska there. But DG3 missed for Azori. Polites eliminates the Civics player before dodging the zombie ball back from Civics. Bahamut 619 catching and eliminating Polites before Lady Stacy misses Sabella. Bahamut catching Polites and reviving Riska because he was already dead. Zim dodging the throw from Tatiana, retrieving the ball. Darklighter dodging the throw from Serafina, retrieving the ball. And then Bahamut 619 striking again and eliminating Dusto. Zim missing Riska and Serafina catching and eliminating Darklighter with a 124 differential. Really quite a big result there.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, again, Serafina, one of the higher performing players from last season, so definitely capable of those results, never to be underestimated. Zim though eliminates Riska again after she's been brought back from the dead, and apparently, Al Darklighter now wins the race for ball 4, according to the spreadsheet. So I don't know what was happening there. It could just be that it was never entered. Because Darklighter had already thrown the Darklighter had already thrown the ball at Serafina. So that must just be
Is this there was a game that had some spreadsheet issues and some timestamp issues
okay.
because someone, I think,
Oh, is this
like
someone on
added an
mobile
extra
like
sheet.
added a sheet and messed things up or
Yeah.
yeah.
So this might be that game.
That sounds like it could be. So that might be a warning to everyone just to be really, really careful when trying to enter results on mobile. I think I can't remember if it was Simon I saw in one of the threads saying like I'm not touching this like on mobile. I'll wait till I get home.
Yeah.
In round 6, I think, as maybe a callback to this. Oh yeah, that was this one. Giles straight all over that. So yeah, anyway, the long and the short of it is Darklighter threw a ball that he didn't yet have against Serafina and got caught, and then finally won the race about 3 actions later. Fantastic. Um, so Zim dodges Barham at 619 before eliminating Lady Stacy. Serafina misses Zim. Vorazori catches DG3 and eliminates him. As Serafina misses Zim, I think, with the next ball. And then Sabella dodges Lady Stacy, Seven's throw. Bahamut 619 dodging Zim. Zim missing Vorazori recovering. And Vorazori dodging Zim again before Sabella catches Serafina to revive Aldarin. But Bahamut 619 eliminates Zim. And then Aldarin eliminates Serafina and catches Bahamut 619 reviving Politesk. Vorazori dodges the throw from Sabella. Aldarin then eliminates Vorazori, misses Bahamut, but eliminates him on the second attempt. As Vorazori misses Aldarin, then Tatiana wins the race for ball 7. Fantastic. Oh no, I see what's happening here. Sorry, that was an early result in the race off because Bahamut eliminated Aldarin, Vorazori eliminated Sabella, Bahamut missed Polites, and Tatiana caught eliminated Polites as Aldarin eliminated Tatiana. And that took us to a race off in which Tatiana won the race for ball 7 before any of those eliminations took place. Dusto won the race for ball 3 before Vorazori eliminated Sabella. Lady Stacy won the race for ball 7 before Bahamut missed Politesk. DG3 won the race for ball 5 before Tatiana caught and eliminated Polites. And then finally, in the correct order, Sabella won the race for ball 2 and Zim won the race for ball 1. And by the absolute skin of their teeth, Al, Nightmare on Realm Street go 5-0 to wrap up both the top and the bottom of the tables at 2-5-0 teams and 2-0-5 teams. Crazy.
I don't think anybody saw the winless team giving the undefeated team that much trouble.
Right? And I think, yeah, Polites maybe alluded to that later on in the thread with an unwise suggestion that he was put through the paces, and there's still some good players, right? We should never.
That's the thing is, I mean, you can have a bad season and you can have a winless team, and it is still packed with good players.
Oh yeah. But nevertheless, congrats to Nightmare on Realm Street. They squeaked out that win. And who was Cranky's MVP for this game, Al? It's got to be someone from Animals.
Cranky's MVP was Bahamut 619 for his
Yeah.
3 hits and 2 catches.
Oh, fantastic. I love it. Okay, so who's the real MVP, Al?
The real MVP is going to be Sabella.
Okay, yeah.
She got a crucial catch, but more importantly, she was one of the few players on her team not to throw a catch, and she was the only person in her household to not throw 3 catches.
Oh, did Mr. Politas throw 3 catches?
Yeah, honestly, if the other team had won, I was going to give the MVP to him because he just about gave that game away to them. He he, he he was throwing catches like he was Darth Binkley on
Oh my
holiday.
goodness. Binkley C. What can we say?
Yeah,
Wow. Okay, so congrats to Sabella, firstly, for a great MVP performance. Let's look before we get to the player of the round and the Moneyball award, though. Let's see where that leaves us as we go into round six. And I double checked, I triple checked. We're still not finished with round six, so technically, because I was thinking about did we do a third one, but even that would have been pushing it because we've gone quite deep into the night for you now.
right,
But round six still underway, still some matches to be resolved. But it's very much the story of the last 2 rounds here as Nightmare on Realm Street and Mid Thromar both at the top. Both importantly not getting any tiebreakers this round because they both went into race offs, Al. So they
right,
both by the skin of their teeth kind of managed to stay and cling on to that 5-0 record. Meanwhile, at the bottom, Hannibal's and a girl who dodgeballs alone at night both sitting. They're just prepping for the big like Thunderdome game that's going to happen when they face each other. Um, and then the Bulls have eyes actually dropped their game this round, so now it's three teams on 3-2 and 3 teams on 2-3. So really beginning to look like that game between Mid Thromar and A Nightmare on Realm Street, Al, is going to really be a big deciding factor unless someone like slips up in the
right.
meantime, because that could really change things. But as it stands right now, it's looking like those two teams have everything to lose, um, and that head-to-head game is going to be real something.
Yeah.
But how about those player of the rounds and the Moneyball awards, Al?
Well, so let's see. The MVP goes to Penguin Army gave a really, really good performance.
That was he
Um,
was 3-3 this round, right? 3 catches, 3 hits.
yeah,
Yeah,
3 hits, 3 catches, and Chasmo had 5 hits and 1 catch. So they both had 6 eliminations.
yeah.
I think I'm gonna tip it towards Penguin Army just because I feel like catches are a little tougher to get than
I was
hits.
gonna say you
But
you usually stick with catches being like the tiebreaker on those situations, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, I want to give all the credit in the world to Chasmo for 5 hits and a catch.
Mm.
That's any other round that would have been an MVP performance.
Oh yeah, it's probably enough usually, right? And how about that player
Yeah.
who brings the best value compared to their draft slot, the Moneyball?
The Bahamut did really well with 3 hits and 2 catches.
Yeah.
However, I think I'm gonna switch it up and go Darth Binkley for 2 hits and a catch, even though he had a little less. He was drafted in the last round where Bahamut was a couple rounds ahead of him. So
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna give the money to Binks.
Cool. That seems reasonable. Nice to see Binks on that board. Um, and that brings us all up to date, Al. We're in round
Wow.
six, everything to play for. And we seem to have put to bed the ghost of the Echo that has been bothering us for almost 3 whole seasons.
Yeah.
And it totally wasn't a solution that could have been implemented on episode one. So that's good.
No, of course not.
Of course not. No. Um, but that's always good. Um, but yeah, no, exciting to see where this season's going. I'm loving the thematic throws. I'm loving the poetry and music and everything coming into the threads. The memes always so good. Like
Yeah,
there's a lot in the threads. So if you find yourself with 5-10 minutes to spare, please do go into those threads. Look at other games that aren't your court because they really are absolutely hilarious. There's
I
some
have to
gold in
say,
those hills.
Emily did another meme this round that I saw that was hilarious.
I haven't looked at that one yet, so I must go and find that one. But those are always I CJ.
Yeah,
It's gonna have to be good to beat CJK's because honestly, when I opened the thread and saw that as the very first thing I looked at, my eyes alighted upon the kid's butt sitting on the dad's face. I was just like, oh my goodness, that's amazing.
yeah.
So yeah, no, keep an eye out for M's memes, Brent's songs, apparently Jatel's poetry. Who knew? Um, and yeah, we'll see you next time on round 6.
Oh, before we go,
Oh yeah,
I meant to do this a while ago, but we were on hiatus. I just want to thank everyone for contributing to the fundraiser that we did
right.
to for prizes for dodgeball. Um, and I feel like just all the contributions people give, even if you couldn't give money, just all the contributions of the poetry, the songs, everything, it all just makes dodgeball really great. With that said, we really do appreciate the money because it pays for those um, medals that we all love so much. And yeah, I just wanted to say thank you for everyone that could afford to do it and did send money. And um, nobody should feel bad for not being able to afford it and not sending money. We still want you to play. We just want you to contribute in other ways, whether it be poetry or songs or memes or whatever.
Yeah, every little bit that enhances and enriches the dodgeball season is well worthwhile.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you very much to everyone who did contribute in whatever way you did. It really does help. And you know, Frankie works so hard. Um,
Yes.
I
And
see we've got a
we have a
Facebook
new
group
banner.
logo banner, don't we? Yeah.
Well, so we have a banner, and I believe Cranky is working with a few people to try and get a logo also. So, but
Oh.
the banner is just the beginning.
Yeah, I didn't use the banner because I didn't want to do that without talking to Cranky first. But
Yeah.
we may see that on the stream or a logo. Who knows? But that would be super cool. Um, yeah. So thank you everyone. I'm gonna play us out with into season 10 because I love that song so hard I can't get too much of it. So it's goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from Al,
Good night.
and we will play you out with the fantastic Carissa Van Ousdal.
I can draft you, but I won't. Some rank by humor, while others don't. There's 1,000 reasons to draft someone first round and ignore our past captains, but I wish to get a 1. Who is your choice? Is Chaz ringing in your ear? And if I heard Ryan, which I don't, his mic's muted, I fear. Everyone I've ever loved is here watching the stream. I'm sorry, SilentAl, but I'm catching all your balls. We've had 9 seasons, it's time for some new teams. I'm on the edge of where I am drafted. Now follow me into season 10. Into season 10. Into season 10. What do you want? trying new formats? Are you here not to draft me when you make a big mistake? Or are you some new captain who's a little bit nervous? Who knows deep down I'm not first round material? Every day's a little harder as I wait for this draft stream. Don't you know there's 10 new teams that long to